Hi, Joss. Maybe a bit closer than you would have liked on Sunday, but do you learn more from these type of games and maybe giving teams an absolute toweling?
Yeah, great game of cricket. I thought all credit to Nepal. They played really well, pushed us really close, and were favourites for some of that chase, I would say. And I think in T20 World Cups, T20 cricket generally the games are closer. There's less possibilities. Obviously, one or two players can win games for their side on the day, so I think you're going to see some close games of cricket. And ultimately, we found a way to win, which is the most important thing.
But do you learn more as a side in those close games and knowing you can hold your nerve than like I say, a wide victory by a wide margin?
Yeah, a little bit. But we've been playing some good T20 cricket for a little while now. We had a good series in Sri Lanka before this, and going back in the previous 12 months, we've learnt plenty as a side, playing different games in different conditions, different styles of T20 cricket. Tournament cricket is a bit different. Obviously, the consequences are different. So, learning how to manage those emotions and how to, the cricket is the same, but obviously the consequences and the pressures of that are then different. So, if you can hold your nerve and manage to still execute skills, knowing that the consequences are different, that's probably a good learning, for the group that we can do that.
And obviously, we saw Baz with a walkie-talkie. Up in the dressing room there, relaying instructions down to the subfielders who relate to you guys. Is this a sign that he's taking a more of a hands-on approach now?
I think he's had those walkie-talkies for a while, to be fair. The communication from top to bottom has always been really good in the group. I think, Baz can sit with his feet up and his sunglasses on and look very relaxed, but he's as sharp a coach as I've ever worked with. He doesn't miss a beat. Obviously a really successful captain, so he's got lots of great messages and knowledge and stuff to pass on to all the players, and his relationship with Harry Brook, I think, has been a great one for this team. They're a really close pair. They see the game in a similar way and also challenge each other, and I think more so for cricket in general, actually, to be coaches getting more involved in real time in the cricket. I played in the IPL at Gujarat, where Ashish Nehra is very active on the boundary rope, and it seems like cricket, where this kind of sport where we are still a bit behind maybe in that area, where you look at other sports where managers and coaches, you think of rugby running messages on and plays like that, so maybe that will come more and more into cricket.
Just lastly, your own role. I think Will or Harry said afterwards that you were talking at the second drinks break, when obviously that game was on a knife edge. Just how do you assess your own role in the team now, and do you feel more confident to sort of speak in the group now that you are that sort of elder statesperson?
Yeah, I think as a senior player you've definitely got a role to play, and you've been in lots of situations, seen most of it, and to try and share knowledge. Being a past captain I've initially found that quite tricky. You sort of almost withhold quite a lot and withdraw because you don't want to feel, you've had your go. It's you're out the way now, but just making sure that I'm available to share knowledge if I'm being encouraged by Brookie and Baz, that if you feel like you've got something to share or you think will help the group, then don't be shy to say it or speak up.
At that drinks break, Harry would have spoken as well, and it sounded like there was a similar chat during the last T20 in Sri Lanka, which was also a tight one. How difficult is it to raise the team in those moments, and how do you think Harry does then?
Not necessarily difficult. I think it's in T20 cricket, getting the opportunity to bring everyone together. Obviously the game moves fast. The momentum of the game moves fast against Nepal with an amazing crowd here as well. The crowd play a big part in the momentum of the game. So those drink breaks are 2.5 minutes where you can deliver really clear messages, get everyone together on the same page, and then not. I think maybe on the outside it can feel like that's a really pivotal point, but actually you get together and realise that everyone's pretty calm actually, and the captain can deliver some really good messages. Sam Curran as well took it upon himself to say a few words. I think that's a nice bit about the group. You're seeing different people step up and help share information or lead in different ways at different times, and Harry is really good at delivering very simple, concise messages which everyone can get on board with. So just to pull the group close together for the next, and give clear direction for the next over or two as to how we're going to go about our work.
A couple of England's most experienced bowlers got a bit of tap in that game against Nepal. And you'd have had it as well as an experienced batter if you feel that you haven't executed on an occasion. How easy is it to put that behind you and just take the next game, not have it hang over you when you next?
Yeah, pretty easy, to be honest. I think we're all accepting of how T20 cricket works. You're chasing 180, you know the batters are going to come after you and be aggressive. And I thought, credit to the Nepal guys, I thought they played really, really well. They ran between the wickets well, they found the boundary when they needed to. And experienced players, I think you're talking about Jofra and Adil in that case, have seen it all before, right? And they're not immune to people playing well against them. That's allowed. We try our best and want to perform really well, but every other country and every other player that we play against is wanting to do the same. So that's T20 cricket, and we start again tomorrow, 0-0, and it's a new game.
And just on Adil in particular, I think the other day was first time in 20-odd T20s he hadn't taken a wicket. You've played with him for a long time as well. How would he deal with that afterwards? I sense by the smile he won't think about it too deeply.
I don't think he'll be too bothered. He's a great bowler. He's been a great bowler for a long time, but great bowlers can, the opposition need to find a way to deal with those bowlers, and they attacked him and played him really well. But he's been brilliant for a long time, and it's part of team play, right? If the guys, the other bowlers picked up where Liam Dawson and Adil were really key, crucial pair, and Liam bowled fantastically well, Sam Curran bowled fantastically well when needed. So it's a group effort, it's a team thing, and Adil is someone that we know we always expect a lot of, but it's cricket, and T20 cricket especially. You're going to have days like that.
Were you surprised at all in the surface that was prepared for, not just you, but for India the previous day, how it behaved, how hard it was at times, and are you expecting something significantly different for tomorrow?
Not necessarily surprised. I think you can have good bounce here, and the red soil, you can get a bit of spin. It was a little bit tacky, the wicket. I think playing at 3 o'clock was interesting, sort of working out, would the wicket improve or would it get worse, or maybe a used wicket obviously, but generally here coming into the evening games, batting second can be an advantage. Obviously we play a night game against the West Indies, so the conditions probably won't change as much. That 3 o'clock into 5-6 o'clock, I think it's quite a tricky period. But that's the beauty of the game of cricket, is you've got to turn up, read the conditions as quickly as you can and adapt and play. You just got to play to win on that day. You don't need to worry about pass scores or winning scores or whatever. You just need one more run than the opposition on that day, on that given surface, and that's the most important thing in tournament cricket especially.
Just before the start of the World Cup, the talk was 250, 300. That was the buzzword. Even your captain in the pre-tournament PC, he said that 300 could be a possibility. So given what has happened so far, we have seen more low scores than high scores. First thing, are you kind of disappointed with the pitches? And secondly, do you see there is a kind of effort somewhere to make it a challenging pitches, so that more difficult the pitches, more level is the playing field between number 3 ranked EU and USA number 16, or India 1 and USA 18, and you were 16 with Nepal, so like that.
Yeah, I think 300 and 250, they're kind of outliers anyway, still in the game. They're not that common. They are more common than they have been, but it's not like every game is a game like that. And I think going around India and having played here a lot before, there may be games that might play out that way, but there'll also be tighter, closer games. And I think you see in bilateral cricket, as we spoke about before, the pressures and the consequences of the result are a little bit different. And I think generally in World Cups you see teams play the percentages a little bit more, maybe not risk as much. I might be wrong there, but I think that's as a general thing. I remember in 2019 going into that 50 over World Cup, everyone was talking about 350, 400 scores. There's flat wickets in England, but then it turned out with 11 o'clock starts, power play bowling was the key thing, and the final we played in 240, played 240, that kind of cricket. So yeah, but you got to play the game on the day, work out what it is, and so before you need one more run than the opposition. So if you need 301, you got to find a way to do that. If you need 121 to do, that's the beauty of World Cup cricket. It's all on the line on that one match.